Imagine being born when Abraham Lincoln was president and living long enough to watch the moon landing on TV. That was the life of Margaret Ann Neave, who lived from 1792 to 1903, spanning eras of unimaginable change. Her story makes us wonder, is longevity just luck, or is there something deeper at play? For centuries we've searched for the secret to a long life. Elixirs, fountains of youth, and miracle cures. But what if the real secret is already inside us, written in our DNA? Maybe you know someone who seems to defy aging, sharp, active, and resilient well into old age. We call it good genes, but what does that really mean? Are we simply handed a genetic script at birth, or can we influence how our story unfolds? Today we'll journey into our cells, explore the science of longevity genes, and ask, can we shape our own aging process? Let's step through the wormhole and find out. Every living thing carries a blueprint, DNA. This intricate code, a double helix of information, dictates so much about us. It's the foundation upon which our bodies are built and function. For years we believed this genetic code was our destiny, an unchangeable script written at conception. We thought that the secrets to a long life were embedded within these spiraling strands. If your family lived long, boasting a lineage of centenarians, you might too. The assumption was that longevity was passed down, a precious inheritance from one generation to the next. If not, tough luck. If your ancestors were not blessed with long lives, the common belief was that you were destined for a shorter one as well. But science has revealed a twist, a fascinating and empowering revelation that challenges this deterministic view. It turns out that genetics only accounts for about 20–30% of our lifespan. This means that the vast majority of our longevity is influenced by factors outside of our inherited genes. The rest? It's shaped by environment. The world around us, from the air we breathe to the toxins we avoid, plays a significant role in determining how long we live. Lifestyle, the choices we make every day, from our diet and exercise habits to our stress management techniques, have a profound impact. And chance. Accidents, unexpected illnesses, and sheer luck can all influence the trajectory of our lives and ultimately, our lifespan. Even in places like Sardinia, known for its high concentration of centenarians, or Okinawa, another blue zone where people consistently live exceptionally long lives. Where centenarians are common, it's not just about genes. While genetics may provide a foundation, it's the unique combination of lifestyle, environment, and social factors that truly sets these populations apart. Studies of identical twins show that despite sharing virtually identical DNA, their health and longevity can differ dramatically. This highlights the powerful influence of external factors on our biological destiny. Our DNA is more like a musical score than a rigid script, a set of instructions that can be interpreted and expressed in countless ways. The way it's played can change, influenced by our choices and experiences. The same score can produce vastly different melodies depending on the musician. This means we're not just passive recipients of our genetic story, we are not simply bound by the genes we inherit. We can become co-authors, actively shaping the narrative of our lives and influencing our health outcomes. The big question: what are these other factors, and how do they interact with our biology? What are the specific environmental and lifestyle elements that can positively influence our genes? The answer lies in the genes themselves, and how they're switched on or off. This process, known as gene expression, is highly sensitive to external cues. Our fate isn't sealed at birth. We are not prisoners of our genetic code. The story of our lifespan is dynamic, and we have a role to play. We have the power to influence our health and longevity through the choices we make. Let's meet the genes that matter most, the key players in this intricate dance between nature and nurture. For centuries, humanity has sought the fountain of youth, a way to extend our lives and maintain our vitality. But what if the key to longevity isn't some mythical spring, but something far more tangible, something written within our very cells? Are there genes that actually help us live longer, healthier lives? Science says yes, and the evidence is mounting. Researchers around the globe are uncovering fascinating insights into the genetic factors that influence our lifespan. Researchers have found longevity genes, genes that play a crucial role in protecting our cells, regulating our metabolism, and ultimately, influencing how long we live. These include genes like sirtuins, mTOR, and AMPK. These aren't just any genes, they are master regulators that orchestrate how our bodies handle stress, initiate repair processes, and manage energy allocation. They are the key players in our cellular health and longevity. Sirtuins act as emergency responders, swiftly addressing cellular damage and stress. They are critical for repairing DNA, the very blueprint of life, and reducing inflammation, a major driver of aging and disease. When active and functioning optimally, they help our cells stay resilient, efficient, and youthful. mTOR is the growth manager, overseeing cell growth and proliferation. It's essential for development, particularly during childhood and adolescence. However, if mTOR becomes overactive in adulthood, it can inadvertently speed up aging by diverting resources away from essential repair processes. Therefore, dialing down mTOR at the right time helps our cells initiate crucial cleanup processes, removing damaged components and facilitating repair. AMPK, on the other hand, is the body's fuel gauge, constantly monitoring our energy levels. It plays a vital role in telling us when to burn fat for energy and when to activate cellular repair mechanisms. These genes don't operate in isolation, they form a complex and interconnected network, carefully balancing growth and repair, energy storage and energy use, in a delicate dance that determines our overall health and longevity. Understanding how these genes interact and influence each other is like finding our body's master control panel, giving us insights into how we can optimize our health span. Of course, they don't make us immortal, and aging is a complex process influenced by many factors, but they do offer a powerful means to help us age better, with greater vitality and resilience. The real breakthrough? We can influence how these genes work through our lifestyle choices. The next step, learning how to flip their switches through diet, exercise, and other interventions. The secret to longevity isn't just in the genes themselves, it's in how we use them, how we interact with our genetic potential. This brings us to the fascinating world of epigenetics, the study of how our environment and lifestyle can alter gene expression without changing the underlying DNA sequence. Epigenetics is the science, a fascinating field of study of how our lifestyle, our daily habits, and our environment can turn genes on or off. It explores the dynamic interplay between our genes and our experiences, without changing the DNA itself. The underlying genetic code remains the same, but its expression can be dramatically altered. Think of your DNA as a vast library, containing all the information needed to build and operate your body. Epigenetics is the librarian, the one who organizes and manages access to this wealth of information, deciding which books, genes, get read, and which remain untouched on the shelves. It's about selective gene expression. Chemical tags like bookmarks or do not read stickers are added to the DNA. These tags control which genes are active, influencing everything from our physical traits to our susceptibility to disease. These tags are influenced by what we eat, the nutrients we consume, how we move, our physical activity levels, the air we breathe, the quality of our environment, and even our thoughts, our stress levels, and our emotional state. A healthy meal might activate a protective gene, boosting our immune system, while chronic stress might silence it, making us more vulnerable to illness. Our genes are not our destiny, they don't dictate our fate. They're our potential, a blueprint that can be shaped and molded by our choices. Every day our choices send instructions to our cells, influencing their behavior and function. We're in a constant conversation with our DNA, a dynamic exchange of information, shaping our health at the molecular level, influencing our well-being from the inside out. This means we're not just stuck with the hand we're dealt, we have the power to change the game. We can conduct our own genetic orchestra, taking control of our health and well-being, deciding which instruments play and when, fine-tuning our genetic expression for optimal health. The power to influence our genes is real, it's not just a theoretical concept. And it's in our hands, waiting to be harnessed. Epigenetics is the key to understanding how lifestyle and environment shape our aging and how we can age gracefully and healthily. The next question, how do our daily choices actually write on our DNA? What are the mechanisms at play? Let's see how this plays out in real life. Let's look at some examples of epigenetics in action. The science is empowering. We're not passive passengers. We have agency over our health. We're active participants in our own longevity, shaping our health span and lifespan. Here's how it works. Let's delve into the fascinating world of epigenetic mechanisms. Identical twins start with the same DNA, but their lives can take very different paths. One might run marathons and eat well, the other might smoke and eat poorly. Over time, their health and appearance can diverge dramatically. Why? Their DNA hasn't changed, but their epigenetic marks have. Lifestyle choices literally write different instructions on top of their genes. Studies show that the healthier twin often has active protective genes, while the other has genes linked to disease switched on. This isn't just about twins, it's true for all of us. Every choice we make nudges our epigenome in one direction or another. Our habits become etched onto our DNA's control panel. The lesson genes may load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. We have the power to aim for a healthier, longer life. Let's look at the most direct way we influence our genes' food. Food is more than fuel. It's information for our genes. What we eat can activate or silence longevity pathways like sirtuins and AMPK. Caloric restriction or intermittent fasting triggers repair and cleanup, not just weight loss. Even simple habits like finishing dinner early and delaying breakfast can help. Colorful plant foods are packed with polyphenols, natural compounds that talk to our genes. Resveratrol in grapes, quercetin in apples, and catechins in green tea all help activate protective genes. A diet rich in real whole foods supports a healthy epigenetic profile. On the flip side, processed foods and excess sugar keep mTOR in overdrive, accelerating aging. The message: eat real food, mostly plants, and not too much. This age-old wisdom is now backed by cutting-edge science. What we eat shapes our genetic future. But food isn't the only way to influence our genes. Movement matters too. Movement is a powerful signal to our DNA. Exercise doesn't just burn calories, it wakes up ancient pathways that keep us healthy. Physical activity activates AMPK, telling cells to burn fat and become more efficient. It also boosts sirtuin activity, ramping up cellular repair. You don't need to be an athlete, just move regularly. Even 30 minutes of walking most days can profoundly impact your health span. Resistance training is key too. Strong muscles help regulate metabolism and predict longevity. A sedentary lifestyle tells your genes to coast, while movement signals the need for resilience and repair. Regular activity is a wake-up call for your entire system. It instructs your DNA to build a stronger, more robust body. Motion is how we communicate with our genes, but rest and recovery are just as important. Sleep is when our bodies repair, reset, and clean up at the genetic level. Chronic sleep loss disrupts these processes, turning on genes linked to inflammation and disease. Quality sleep is essential for activating our longevity pathways. Managing stress is just as vital. Chronic stress keeps us in fight or flight, raising cortisol and accelerating aging. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and time in nature lower stress and promote positive epigenetic changes. These habits signal to our genes that it's safe to focus on long-term health and repair. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a biological necessity. Sleep and calm are the foundation for all other healthy habits. Investing in rest is investing in your genetic future. We started with a woman who lived across 3 centuries and asked, is longevity luck or destiny? The truth is more empowering. Our genes are only part of the story. Epigenetics shows us that we can participate in the conversation with our DNA. We all have longevity genes waiting for the right signals. The key is creating a lifestyle that speaks their language: resilience, repair, and renewal. The real secret isn't a magic pill, but a symphony of simple, healthy choices. Eating well, moving, sleeping, and finding calm all send the right messages to our DNA. Each positive choice is a vote for a healthier future. Longevity genes are real, and we can influence them. The fiction is that our fate is sealed. Our health story is a dialogue, and you have a voice. The journey to a longer, healthier life is a daily practice. The story is yours to tell.